is the Big O Show. This 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 is the Big O Show.
When you move, you need a reliable company led by passionate folks, eager to assist its customers during a transitional process that needs to be smooth. Call Essential Moving Experts at 844-368-5750 for all your local and long-distance moving needs. You can rely on Essential Moving Experts. Mention the Big O Show and get $150 off. Family owned and operated, they offer free 30-day storage, full-service moving, fully licensed, bonded, and insured. Moving was never so easy. EssentialMovingExperts.com.
There's no need to drive around South Florida wasting valuable time looking for a new or certified pre-owned Acura. Go to the #1 volume sales dealership in the Southeast United States. Craig Zinn's Acura of Pembroke Pines. Purchase with pace and space in a dealership tailored to your needs. From home buying to providing that personal touch. Contact the 2020 Satisfaction Award winner Craig Zinn's Acura of Pembroke Pines. 888-776-5123. That's 888-776-5123. Or visit them at 15601 Pines Boulevard in Pembroke Pines.
Oh, great. You got a doorbell camera. Now you got a front row seat to your house getting robbed.
No.
And there's nothing you can do about it.
Get out of my house!
Ooh, Mom's jewelry. There goes the TV. I'm sure it'll turn up at the pawn shop.
No!
Just because you can see them, that doesn't mean you can stop them.
With Slogans, you get 24-hour monitoring, a free home security system, and professional installation. Plus, a free doorbell camera.
Free?
One that'll actually work for you. It's not total security unless it's the Sloman Shield. Call 1-800-ALARM-ME.
With more than 62 years of litigation experience handling insurance disputes, Welton Rayom is committed to resolving even the toughest insurance claims quickly. At Welton Rayom, they don't get paid unless you win. They handle complex personal injury claims caused by the fault of another in both state and federal courts. They handle auto, trucking, motorcycle, slip and fall, and bicycle accidents. Call 954-966-4646. That's 954-966-4646. Welton Rayom can help.
For over 16 years, EJDconstruction.com has provided South Florida residents quality craftsmanship, accurate project management, and exceptional service. That's why EJDconstruction.com is an A-rated member of Angie's List and the Better Business Bureau. When you're looking for the right custom home builder for additions or home remodeling, please call my friend Eric at 305-433-4843. That's 305-433-4843 for EJDconstruction.com.
Welcome to Caneswear. New store, new items, same great experience. Family owned and operated since 2010, Caneswear has the latest merchandise from the Miami Hurricanes, Miami Dolphins, Florida Panthers, Inter Miami CF, and more. Come visit us at our store in Davie on University Drive, just south of 595, or online at caneswear.com. Caneswear, the spot Miami fans shop.
The viewpoint statements or beliefs expressed on the following program by the host, guests, or callers are not necessarily the opinions of FantasyXS.com, Media Group Inc., ownership, management, sponsors, or website. It's time for Dolphins football. Welcome to the EJDconstruction.com Miami Dolphins pregame show on the Sports Talk 305 network. The show is mastered by Sean Stanley and Chad Shobe. EJDconstruction.com is a fully insured liability and workers' comp. Call Eric if you need a custom home builder or general contractor. 305-433-4843. Here's your host, the Big O.
Alrighty, we are ready to rock and roll, baby. We are in Las Vegas, where we've been many, many times over. What happened? What happened to you? What happened to you? What are you freaking out about already? You what? What was that? Oh, the signal thing, huh? The signal thing popped up. All right. Everything cool out there? Everything? You guys getting the audio? You guys getting the video? Are you ready to go? I am ready to go. We are in Vegas. We've been in Vegas here since Wednesday, obviously covering the Canelo fight, and went to the U2 concert. Our new tees. These are our new tees. We'll be giving these away. Some new tees. Anyway, so we'll have some fun with that. We'll give some away probably here, but we'll see. I've got them stashed. So I'm waiting for like people that are like really loyal to the show, and they come, and then they come on over to Vegas here, and they live here and that kind of stuff. So they ask, then they will receive a t-shirt. If they don't ask, I don't know if I'll give, you know what I'm saying? So we want to give to the loyal, the people that are like you guys right now. Anyway, let's get to it. We are pumped, dude. We've had a great weekend. You got to raise that camera up a little bit, bro. So that thing is cutting off my head there. And we got to get Alarmo in there, too. Alarmo's not even in the damn picture. Anyway, so we are at Tommy Rockers here in Las Vegas, having some fun. We'll get you ready for the pregame show. Dolphins, by the way, are 2.5-point dogs in this game. The Bills are favored. Hey, the Bills have, as you all know, have dominated this series. They are 11-2 in the last 13 under Sean McDermott. All right, so I could give you all the numbers, right? Bills are 7-0 at home under McDermott against the Dolphins. Since 2020, the Bills are number one at home with an .808 winning percentage. Bills, by the way, lead the NFL right now in 9 takeaways, 7 interceptions, and they're second in sacks with 12. So I could give you a lot of those kind of stats. The only difference is that it's a new day. It's a new season. And everything that's happened in the past just doesn't count. You know what I mean? Now, Iron Maiden plays and a gentleman walks into the building with an Iron Maiden shirt. I mean, that is just perfect. I mean, amazing. What I believe was, oh, that was nice. Very nice. Iron Maiden shirt walks in when Number of the Beast plays. That's pretty good. I like that. Anyway, so It's a different time. And I know the Bills have been the dominant force in this series, but I think the changing of the guard is coming today. You know, one of the things that I think a lot of people, or maybe almost anyone, or almost everyone, no one's mentioned this, okay? In media, anywhere else. Mike McDaniel has had 3 shots at the Bills last year. 3 shots. He's got 3 games on film of the Bills. He has enough material. Remember what he did to Staley? Oh, no, Staley took away the middle of the field. Staley took away the middle of the field. Staley took away the middle of the field. How did that go this year? He obliterated the middle of the field. He sent an exclamation point that you're not going to be able to take away any part of the field from them. And McDaniel knows that he screwed up in that game last year, because last year he had an opportunity to send in a play on time on that 4th and 1, and you ended up with the penalty, and you ended up with a 4th and 6. And you could have beaten Buffalo last year with Skylar freaking Thompson and an injury-riddled team. So you're going to tell me now that Mike McDaniel has had an entire offseason. His team is not perfectly healthy, but more than healthy enough to win. And healthy in the key places, too, by the way, which is the offensive line and quarterback. In fact, they have depth now at the offensive line, something they didn't have before. So this is where I think the changing of the guard takes over. You know, I've been the one that's told you from the get-go that Tua is the real deal. From the get-go, no matter when everybody was crapping on him in the first 2 years, I told you everything around him was terrible. I told you that Chris Greer taking over this front office will be one of the best in the NFL. And I told you that this season's going to be pretty damn special. And everything is coming to fruition. And I keep telling all of you out there in Dolphins Nation, leave the past. Please leave the past. It's a different day. Don't allow the past to bring down the present and the future. Remember, I've been telling you the last couple of months, enjoy this whole off season, dude. Enjoy the draft. Enjoy the mini camps. Enjoy Zach Thomas getting inducted into the Pro Football Hall of Fame. Enjoy the preseason and enjoy the regular season. Don't listen to the idiots out there. They don't follow this team like we do. This team is nothing like it's ever been in decades. So I feel great about today. I feel fantastic about today. I took the Dolphins with the money line here in Vegas. I took the points, and I expect to go to the MGM Grand after I'm done with a very happy post-game show. I expect to go to the MGM Grand and collect my money before I leave. You know, listen, if I'm going to, I need to complete my birthday today. Today I am 57 years old. Okay? I've had a hellacious weekend. Saw U2 opening night at the Sphere. We went to a world championship bout last night. Okay, which, by the way, Charlo, brother, you really let us down completely, you know, overall. There we go. An Iron Maiden shirt and a Dolphins hat and a Big O fan. Oh, shit. Now we're talking. Now we're talking. You're here early. I love it. Thank you, my brother. I appreciate you. I got a present for you coming. Okay. God bless you, brother. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. This gentleman lives in Long Beach, California, and his mom lives here. So he came over to hang out with us. So that is actually very cool. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Very nice of you. So, yeah. So I just think the changing of the guard is happening. And I just feel they've got the coach. They've got a smart-ass coach. They got a guy that exactly understands this league. He understands how to decipher defenses and design offenses to attack them. And, you know, if you guys follow the show a lot last year, you remember in that second Buffalo game that I lost my freaking mind when they stopped running the ball? And they were killing them at 7 yards a carry, right? Okay, well, today I'm expecting you to punish the Buffalo Bills. And I've talked about this throughout the week. Okay, I know it's the early part of the show, and oh my God, I'm going to give away the key or whatever and all that kind of stuff. I don't care, man. I've talked about it throughout the entire week. Okay, you've got to run the ball, you've got to dominate the football, you've got to dominate possession, and you've got to limit possessions for them. Because what you want to do is force Josh Allen to beat you with his arm. But if this is the kind of game where you're playing catch up and they're scoring and then you got to score and they score and you can't do that. You got to take a lead on them. You got to make them play catch up. You got to put pressure on them, and you got to force Josh Allen into a mistake. Okay? To me, that's the key to this game. And then obviously on the other side, the Dolphins have got to run the ball. And can they run the ball? Well, they happen to be one of the best in the NFL at running the football. And guess what the Bills' defense is? The worst, allowing 5.9 yards per carry. So Ed Oliver and the boys are not stopping the run. And Mike McDaniel has got to see that, and his eyes have got to be wide open. Wide open. To say, oh, wait a minute, hold on a second. These guys are allowing 6 yards a carry. Last year, we averaged 7, and we failed, and we stopped running the ball. God, I was so pissed last year. The Green Bay game and the Buffalo game were 2 games last year that pissed me off because McDaniel got pass happy on that. Again, young coach. You're going to make your mistakes. You're going to get a little cocky. And maybe that's what happened last year. You see him this year much more balanced. You've gone from 22 runs per game to 31 runs per game. And today, you got to hit that 30 number. You got to go 30-plus runs, and you got to punish them. By the way, a little Chris Brooks today would not hurt. Obviously, Mostert is the best. You guys know that Miami has 3 of the top 5 touchdown scorers in the NFL, right? Mostert number 1 at 7, and then A-Chain and Tyreek Hill are tied for second place with 4. So you've got guys that are scoring. You can run the hell out of the football. They can't stop the run. And then you've got to stop Josh Allen from running. Josh Allen had 144 yards on the ground last year in the 3 games against Miami. You cannot allow him to pick you apart with his legs and keep drives alive. That has to end today. Okay? That to me, if you make him a passer, you win this game. If you allow him to be the quarterback that he normally is, passing and running, it's going to be a long day, and you're going to go all the way down to the wire. You could lose the game, all those kind of things. But if you want to win this game, you cannot allow him to run freely. And when he does get out in the open field, man, you need to punish him. Okay? And punish him good. And if Christian Wilkins can get a piece of that out in the open field, do it, since that's his buddy. And I appreciate all the birthday wishes out there. Thank you all out there. Very kind of you. Very, very kind of you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you, sir. Appreciate you. Thank you, thank you. And yes, congratulations to the Marlins yesterday. They did clinch a playoff spot, wild card spot, which is pretty awesome. The Sphere is amazing. It is an absolutely engineering marvel is what it is. Really, really cool. Frankie Fresco, thank you for the love on the super chat. Happy birthday. Oh, thank you, thank you. New day, new season. Hell yeah. Dude 67, thank you for the love on the super chat. Happy birthday, bro. Thanks for bringing us best South Florida sports coverage. Appreciate you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Rolando Vietes. Happy birthday, Big O. Appreciate your work covering South Florida sports teams. Keep it up. Thank you, Rolando. Appreciate you, my man. And don't forget, you can make a donation through Cash App or Venmo at Cash Big O Show. We get 100% of the donation there. Here we get 70 because YouTube, they can't make enough. So they take 30 from everybody. Big O, plan to come to San Diego. We have a Dolphins bar at Flamingo Deck. Phinz for the win. Give them my business number. Let's see if we can talk. I can go out there and broadcast. We'd love to do it. We haven't broadcasted from a Dolphins bar in San Diego yet, right? Let's go. Let's go. You know that is the bucket list here, to keep broadcasting from different Dolphin bars across the country, right? This is our second time broadcasting from Tommy Rocker's Dolphins bar here in Las Vegas. So love to go by there, Mr. Garcia. I've been to San Diego. Really cool place, man. I like San Diego. The ballpark there is gorgeous, man. And the Gas Lamp District, freaking awesome. Awesome place. So I definitely like it. I'm with you there. This game is going to get very, very ugly for the Dolphins. Please try to run the ball. See, I don't go into this game with any fear whatsoever. You know what I mean? I get it. Some of you out there, you live in the past. I don't. They should have won all 3 games last year. All 3. They should have beaten them with Skylar Thompson in the playoffs. And in the second game, Tyreek Hill and Trent Sherfield dropped touchdowns in one possession. What's the name of the wide receiver that stopped Braylon Sanders? That Bobo stopped running a route that all he had to do is keep going. Tua threw it to him for a touchdown. And they stopped running the ball, which they were averaging 7 yards a clip. I mean, there were a lot of things in that game that pissed me off today. They easily could have won that game also. I'm sorry, I'm not there with you guys, with some of you out there. Oh, it's going to get ugly. I think the Dolphins are the better team. That's the thing about all of this. That's where I stand now. The Dolphins are the better team. The better passer is on the field of the Miami Dolphins, not the Buffalo Bills. Yeah, he's the better quarterback right now. I get it. But the better passer is Tua. And he has a mastery of the offense at this point that I think he's so comfortable. And let me tell you, Buffalo is the best in the league at pressuring without blitzing. They do an exceptional job of that. Problem is, are you going to get there in the second half? I don't think so. So unless you're going to get there in the second half, you're not going to get to Tua. Because by the time you get to 2, it's done. I was reading some of the stuff from the Bills side. I forgot the moron's name for Buffalo that was writing. He's like, Tua's the typical one-read guy because he's hit his first read 80% of the time. And it's like, dude, he goes through his progressions all the time. The thing is, if your first read is open, you get rid of the football, moron. He doesn't have the Dallas Cowboy line where he can hang out for 5 seconds, smoke a cigar, get his manicure done, maybe get a massage, and then throw the football. Tua learned that. What did we all talk about last year? What did I talk about? Get rid of the football, kid. Do what Marino did. Get rid of the football. That's what Marino did. He got rid of it quickly. Any of us that lived the Marino era, we all know that's how you play the game. Make a quick decision, get rid of it. So, and by the way, when you got Tyreek Hill, your first read is pretty quick. So it gives you the opportunity. That's kind of the idea. So you take what they give you right away. That's what he's doing. But again, that's kind of like a Bills writer that had a little bit of Homer in him. Or the disease that we have around all over, the people that didn't believe in Tua, and now they can't admit that they were wrong. And maybe that Buffalo rider is one of those guys that thought Tua can't play, and now that Tua's balling, he's trying to make any kind of excuse to justify that he was wrong about. I don't know. That part I don't know. But I'm just going to go out on a limb because I see it all the time with you all out there that are Tua disbelievers. I mean, it's a joke, dude. You Tua disbelievers. Like, come to the grips already. Come to reality. The guy's a baller, always has been. You were just wrong. That's all. You were just following other people. Another Dolphins jersey walking in. I like it. We're early. It's a bitch to come out here and watch football on Sundays. You know what it is? You got to wake up at 10 in the morning to watch football. You got to wake up at like 9 or something, 8:30. That's rough, dude. That's absolutely rough. So for us, I mean, we're in Miami, so for us, it's always we get to sleep in a little bit. You know what I'm saying? But doing it out here, and especially after last night's fights. So appreciate it. Brock's Finn, thank you for the love on the super chat. Appreciate you. Ian from Brooklyn says, miss listening to you live now. New job. Hey, man, on demand. That's what the world is. It's all about on demand. So our live audience is usually our smallest audience because that's how this world is. We don't really listen to live radio like we used to anymore. We certainly don't watch live television anymore like we used to. Everything's on demand, except for your sports. That's about one of the few things you watch live. You don't really watch anything else live anymore, you know? Anthony Campos, appreciate it. Happy birthday to the Dolphin Priest. Well, that's okay. God bless you, and may you please bless Nature Bee and Edge Energy Drink, the wine, and Anthony, you're a trip, my brother. Appreciate you. Ian from Brooklyn in the house. Mob Rule, true Finn fan. Stephen Harris, thank you, sir, for the happy birthdays. You sent a Cash App. Thank you. Cash App or Venmo at Cash Big O Show. That is Cash Big O Show. Let me go through the Cash App or Venmo. Let's see what we got here. Thank you. Frankie Fresco. Frankie, you sent me a little Bitcoin. Yeah, you can make a little Bitcoin donation. Thank you, Frankie. Appreciate you, my brother. That is very nice of you. You know, that's my favorite kind of donation, a little Bitcoin donation. I like it. The market's been moving too. Chainlink's been moving really good the last couple of weeks. It's over $8. Pretty good, man. Stephen Harris, thank you for the love on Cash App. I appreciate you, my man. Thank you. Very nice of you all. What else do we have here? Let's see. Big O, when the Dolphins are in the Super Bowl, will Hard Rock be open for the people to tend to watch on screen? I would imagine so. I would imagine they'll have a watch party at Hard Rock. That would make sense. Sean and I will be here in Las Vegas. I already got an Airbnb here in Las Vegas. I already got my car for Las Vegas, just like I did last year. If it wasn't for the injuries, I don't know if they make the Super Bowl, but they would have made some noise in the playoffs if they would have been healthy last year. This year, I'm expecting to be back in Vegas. Okay? Chael says, happy birthday. Oh, Sean, keep up the great work. You're awesome. For South Florida sports listeners. Oh, Marlins gave you a birthday gift getting in the playoffs today. Dolphins will preach. Thank you, sir. Thank you. Let's see. Thank you for the happy birthdays, Adriel. You're going to have a great birthday with a big win over Buffalo, just like you've been a believer in Tua since you saw him win the trophy in Alabama. Yes, sir. Man, the only thing that ever scared me about Tua is his durability. That's it. That's the only thing that I was terrified of from the kid. That's all. That's it. And at times last year, he even frustrated me that he didn't take care of his body by not doing what he's doing now. What does he do now? Now he gets rid of it quickly, throws it on the ground, slides. Man, life is beautiful. Tua can play 15 more years like this. If he plays like this, Now, if you want to play hero ball and hang on to the ball 4 or 5 seconds, then we're not going to see him have a long career, and that would be very depressing because we haven't seen a quarterback here since 13. This is the best quarterback you've had since Marino. That's why the torch is being passed. This is the best team you've had since the early 90s. Bronx Finn, another hit on the super chat. He says, will Hard Rock open up? I don't know. I have no idea. I don't run that stadium. And we're still too early for anything like that, dude. They're not going to talk about anything like that until they literally make the Super Bowl. So it's not something that you can ask and get an answer because they're like, hey, it's week 4 in the regular season. This is just you and I spitballing, having some fun. You know what I mean? And that we're confident and we feel great about our football team. So, Willie, thank you. Appreciate the love out in Colombia. No nerves today, man, Jose. I don't. I feel great about this is how I feel about this game. I feel like a load is going to come off our shoulders. That's what I feel like. I feel like you have the front office, you have the head coach and the coaching staff, by the way, because he's done what Flo and Joe Philbin couldn't do. Remember, when they hired Joe Philbin, I told you right away, he never will be able to build a staff because he was stuck in Green Bay his entire career, just like Flo. You know what I mean? So you've got now a coach and a coach that can build a staff. You've got a front office and you've got a quarterback. I feel like the time has finally come after decades of living through Jay Fiedler and Ray Lucas and Cleo Lemon and, Jay Cutler and all this garbage that we've had to deal with over the years. And, although I don't want to really throw Fiedler that much into the whole pile because he's probably a little better than the rest of those guys, but still not good enough. Not a franchise quarterback. We never saw anything come close to being a franchise quarterback. Pennington played with responsibility. I'll give him that. But he never had the ability at that point in his life to really make an impact because he was already broken down from all the injuries. So for me, I feel like today I would be severely disappointed if they lose today. Severely disappointed because I'm expecting them to take that next step now. In the past, some of you have been very pissed at me in the last 20 years when this team has been mediocre and you're excited about Ricky Williams and I'm telling you they're not going anywhere. And then you get pissed at me. You know what I mean? And that's because I never believed in the combination that they ever had of the front office, the head coach, and the quarterback. I never thought you had that combination. And this is the first time since I was a kid, you have the combination. When I was a kid, when you had the combination, was when you had Greasy, Shula, and Beathard and the boys with Thomas. Not Marino. No. You had Shula Marino. You didn't have a front office at that time. You had lost Beathard and Thomas. And poor Shoes, he just wasn't good in front office. When we were as a teenager, I was a young teenager in the 70s, but as an older teenager, our line with Shula in the 80s was Shula the GM is hurting Shula the coach. That was our line. And when you looked at, trading for Eric Green and David Overstreet and Sammy Smith and Eric Kumaro and, why do I have to relive the horrors? You know what I'm saying? Bud Brown is one of your defensive backs. Are you freaking kidding me? Paul Langford, it's Paul Langford, by the way, is the guy you just traded to Dallas. Noah Igbenogany and Paul Langford are the same person. Great human beings, exceptional athletes, just didn't have the instincts to play cornerback at a high level. You know what I mean? But anyway, so that's how I feel. I lived through all the different iterations of the Miami Dolphins, from Woodstock to Greasy, from Greasy to Woodstock to Marino to then all this crap that we've had for 20-something years. So I've seen it all, dude. I've lived it all. Watched it in the Orange Bowl. 70s and 80s, and then obviously in the 90s I got into the media, and I've been in the media for 33 years. So, but I've watched it all. And to me, this is why I feel absolutely different now. I feel incredibly confident about what's going on here. And I feel like the better coach is McDaniel. I think the better passer is Tua. I think the better front office is Miami's. And, I've been trying to tell you the last 2 years, like the Patriot thing is over. And you're now believing it now. Now everybody believes it. Now everybody looks at the Patriots like, all right, they're the bottom ringer of the division. Okay? This is next. They're still good, Buffalo. Miami's better. So I have zero nervousness about this game, zero trepidation, nothing. I am locked, loaded, confident that this team is going to perform at a high level today in Buffalo. And here's the other thing that you have to remember. Motivation is all on the Dolphins side. They have lost over and over there. They know they gave away a playoff game last year. They know they should have won game 2 also if they would have done the right things. Tyreek Hill knows he dropped the touchdown. Braylon Sanders knows he didn't run, should have kept running. Coach knows he should have run the ball. Hell, he apologized to Mostert in the offseason. And part of having a problem is addressing the problem. And, okay, I have a problem. If you think you don't have a problem, then you'll never fix it. And McDaniel knew he had a problem. He didn't run the ball. Now he's running the ball. You know what I'm saying? I just think this is a now the motivation. There's all kinds of motivation. Tua's motivated to win. McDaniel's motivated to win because he was embarrassed. And he got embarrassed against the Chargers, and he got his revenge. I think he wants revenge here in a big-time way. And then all of these players that have been here the last couple of years, none of them have enjoyed a lot of success against Buffalo. Don't you think they're tired of that? And the other thing that they're going to hear from everybody, hey, you're 3-0, that's great. But this is the real test. And don't worry, after you beat Buffalo, then they'll say Philadelphia is the real test. And then they'll say, oh, wait, you got to beat Buffalo again to kind of, so they'll keep moving the goal, like they do with Tua. They'll keep moving the goalposts. That's what they'll keep doing. But at least for first stage, beat Buffalo now. And then take a stranglehold of the division because now you got a 2-game lead on them. Actually, 2.5 because now you beat them head-to-head. And if you can complete the sweep, then that becomes even bigger of a lead. Yes, sir.
Dolphins inactives today. Skylar Thompson, of course, the third-string backup quarterback. Jalen Phillips, safety Deshaun Elliott, cornerback Eli Apple, offensive lineman Connor Williams, tight end Tyler Croft. Those are your inactives for today.
Eli Apple.
Yes, I saw Oyefusi put out something about Elliott having a groin injury and he might be out, but okay. I did not see anything about Eli Apple until just now. So
okay. Cam. So Cam Smith is ready.
Yeah, I'm guessing.
That's what
that's what I'm reading. Yeah, you're right.
So something about, well, they obviously see the problem is, and I kind of understand this move, and we've talked about this on the show. I was hoping that Eli, he's got a lot of holes in his game, but it's mostly man on man. And so at times you play zone in this scheme, right? And I was hoping that when he is in zone, you can kind of hide him a little bit, right? When he gets man, forget about it, bro. Eli Apple has always been exposed. That's kind of what it is. Today, I guess they don't want to deal with a lot of the man-on-man stuff that they may have to play. And so because of that, I guess they put Cam in there now.
On the flip side, Buffalo's inactives, of course, safety Jordan Poyer.
Yes.
Cornerback Khair Elam.
Ooh.
Guard Jermaine Ifedi. Tackle Alec Anderson. Defensive tackle Puna Ford.
Okay. All right. I like it. Don't forget, of course, folks, Baptist Health. You don't need to be a professional athlete to go where the pros go. The doctors at Baptist Health Orthopedic Care can now see you. Visit baptisthealth.net/ortho to request an appointment and get yourself back in the game. You are listening to the EJDconstruction.com Miami Dolphins pregame show. And the postgame show, by the way, Marcel Louis-Jacques of ESPN will join us straight out of the locker rooms. And his former beat is Buffalo, so I'm sure he'll have plenty to say there. We also will be joined by David Furones, fresh out of the locker rooms. So we'll get everything there from the gentleman, and that'll be in the post-game show that we'll get to talk to them. If you are in the Vegas area, come on out and see us. We are here at Tommy Rockers having some fun. Marcellus Temple, thank you for the love on the Super Chat. No, I'm sorry, on Cash App. I'm sorry. Appreciate that on Cash App, not Super Chat. Cash App. And Cash App or Venmo at Cash Big O Show. You can make a donation, Cash Big O Show, on Cash App or Venmo, and appreciate it as always. Let's see. Can't wait to hear the excuses from Bills fans when they take the big fat L today. Well, they can have excuses if they want. It'll just be a loss. No Connor. Eichenberg better step up. Yep. Well, we kind of expected that Connor Williams would be, out in this game. He was banged up all week. And they've taken the precautionary approach with all injuries this year. Doesn't matter who it is. I knew Waddle wasn't going to play last week after that hit. Optics and all. They worry about all of that stuff. But you get Waddle back today, which that's going to be a lot of fun to get Waddle back. So, yes, Frankie, thank you for the love on the Super Chat. Not having Connor is a bad one. Well, we'll see. We shall see, right? Did you watch him last week? He played well. He didn't play bad, I got to say.
But then also on top of that, Mike McDaniels had a week knowing probably Connor wasn't going to be in there to game plan for that. And you've seen how he's helped out the offensive linemen with the scheming and things like that also.
Yes, you are correct. And Phil Montgomery, thank you, sir. A little Bitcoin donation for HBD, Big O. Thanks for everything. I appreciate you. Thank you, sir. Thank you, Phil. That's very nice of you. I love my Bitcoin donations. Nothing like a Bitcoin donation, baby. That is the best. There you go. My dentist wishing me a happy birthday. All right. What else do we have on the chat board? If Elliott is inactive, I guess Brandon Jones. And Brandon's a good blitzer, too. So it looks like they're getting even better. They're getting healthier, which I like. You're getting Brandon Jones back. That's good. I like it. You missed a couple guys. You get some guys back. There's nothing wrong with that. And, what's come into play this year is depth. Kendall Lamb had to fill. You didn't have a Kendall Lamb last year. Last year when Teron Armstead was injured, my Lord, we were all at the church praying, synagogues, everywhere, temple, whatever choice of religion you have. You were somewhere praying to some kind of sports god, please. Protect Tua. We got no left tackle. And Kendall Lamb came in, and he was the Rock of Gibraltar. And then Liam Eichenberg did a terrific job last week. For 2+ quarters, I think it was, that he played. Then you've got Deshaun Elliott doing a decent job filling in. Right? I mean, you start looking around. Okay, so then you were missing backs number 2 and 3. Jeff Wilson's been out all year. He's on the IR. He'll return after this game, by the way. Whoa, if he's healthy enough, because he can come off the IR after the 4th week. So you're missing Ahmed, and you were missing Jeff Wilson. Backs 4 and 5 last week. Got 200 yards and 66. So back 1, back 4 and 5 dominated. You see what I'm saying? There's depth on this team. The Julian Hill kid got a lot of snaps last week. I'm wondering if that's because they're working him more and more. And we talked about him in the preseason, how much I loved Julian Hill. And I was so glad that, because he looks to me like the guy that may have the most potential to be the best two-way tight end out of there. Like, I love Smythe, but Smythe's a blocker and a serviceable pass catcher, whereas Julian Hill looks like he may have a little bit more in the pass-catching department. So you're adding depth there. But you start looking around, oh, shit, Jalen Phillips is out. There's a werewolf called Andrew Van Ginkel. See what I'm saying? It's something that's going on that has not happened in forever. You've got depth also. Miami didn't even have a good enough starting 22. Now they've got a very good starting 22, and they've got guys that are coming off the bench that are helping you. That's unheard of, because what was it? Let's go back to what I was talking about. You have a front office, you have a head coach, you have a quarterback. That's where my confidence comes from. I've been watching this team forever, and they haven't had that combination since the late 70s. As I've told you over and over again, this is the best team talent-wise since the early 90s. If they continue to win, we're moving into the 80s. Okay? Because it'll be way better than anything in the 90s. This got to feel confident about what's going on here right now. Marcellus, thank you for another super chat there. Thank you. Happy birthday. Big O, Phinz up 4-0. Let's do it, man. Let's do it. Let's see. What else? A-Chain seizing his opportunity with Wilson out. Well, the beauty is, it's obviously, look, A-Chain's a third-round pick, so you want him to shine. Jeff Wilson is a damn good back. But what I love is you got 5 backs you can use. Dude, Chris Brooks had 9 rushes for 66 yards last week. You want me to repeat that again? 9 rushes for 66 yards. Number 5 on the depth chart. And I think we all fell in love with Chris Brooks in the preseason. Watching that kid. The vision. My Lord. That was the problem with Chase. When they brought him in last year in free agency, he was in an inside zone scheme. This is an outside zone scheme. So they felt like he would make the transition. And, brother, he struggled. He struggled to find the right holes, hang on to the football. And I think he just got injured now. Chase. I think Chase Edmonds, I believe, poor guy, just got injured or whatever. I mean, I know he's still making his money, but these guys want to play. They want to be athletes. But you look at it, and Chris Brooks is even though his scheme is kind of the same also from where he came from, too, in Utah. No, BYU, right? No, he's BYU, right? Chris Brooks is BYU, not Utah? I forgot. Anyway, either way, it's one of those Mountain West type teams or whatever. But he's made a seamless transition. And he obviously adds a little different punch than the rest of the guys. I'm telling you, I love this football team. I haven't felt this good about the Dolphins in decades. And everything is just coming together. So now you've got to, this is, the sad part is that we've got to go through this whole initiation thing. Okay. Oh, so you're for real? Okay, let's see you win. Oh, okay. Let's see you win on the road. Oh, okay. Let's see you beat the Bills. Oh, let's see you win the division. Oh, let's see you go into the deep into the playoffs. So I get it, because since it hasn't been done in decades, right? It's hard to convince you. You know what I'm saying? Which it's normal for you guys not to be convinced about what's going on. That's normal. You've been beaten down for over 20 years, 30 years with bad football, bad decisions, bad ownership at times with their decisions, all that kind of stuff. You've been beaten down with all of that. So it's hard for you to feel, when I was a kid and going with my dad, rest in peace, we would walk into the Orange Bowl. I've talked about this many times. Your chest was out, bro. You were confident because you knew that it was hell that day for that team in the Orange Bowl. That's how you walked into the Orange Bowl. You knew that you were the 12th man. You knew that if you stomped on the floor, the Orange Bowl would shake. And you knew if you were screaming, Ron Jaworski was going to take one timeout after another timeout after another timeout in the middle of a Monday night football game. And you knew you were going to have home field advantage. And you knew Don Shula was going to outcoach the mofo on the other side. Like Bum Phillips used to say, he can beat his'n with your'n and your'n with his'n. That's how you used to walk into that place. You young Dolphin fans, you don't have any idea what the hell I'm talking about. Ask Dad. Ask Grandpa. They'll tell you. And some of you Canes fans had that same feeling walking into the Orange Bowl when the Canes were invincible. You're not back to that yet. You got to earn it. You got to earn it. And Bills fans feel invincible. They're the ones that have dominated this division. They're the ones that own this division. They feel they own the Dolphins. They feel they're going to win today. They feel they're going to win every time they play the Dolphins. And why do they feel like that? Because they have the recent track record. Since Sean McDermott took over, they've been a damn good team. It's our turn now. That's all. It's our turn. And some of you out there just need to give yourselves an opportunity to enjoy the moment. Instead of worrying about, I saw, I forgot who it was. I saw something out there. It's like, so what are you most concerned about with the Dolphins today? And it's like, and you're 3-0. How about, what do you feel? How about the question of, what do you like most about today, and how do you think they're going to win, or something like that? It's always got to be spun to some kind of a negative, because the media knows that you will respond to the negativity more than anything else. And because you're so used to getting beaten down for 20 years, 30 years about negativity. So allow a little positivity to get into your life here with the Dolphins. Hopefully, the win today will start allowing some of you to get a little bit more confident about your team. Yes, sir. Were you going to say something?
No, I was just looking at everybody in the chat. I mean, Liam Eichenberg played more than Connor Williams did last game.
I know.
Everybody's worried. I mean, again, I get it. It's not the Buffalo defense, but also
negativity, bro.
Yeah, it's just crazy.
Negativity.
I'm watching it, and it's like
negativity, bro.
It is amazing to me to watch this sit there.
So you're worried about Liam Eichenberg, right? He played over 2 quarters last week. Played well. He's not the blocker Connor Williams is. Okay, but let me see something. So they picked up Brandon Shell off the street, did a serviceable job. They got Robert Jones, did a serviceable job. Okay. Connor Williams has been converted to center. He's done a really good job overall. There's a couple of bad snaps, but overall, he's done a pretty good job, right? Robert Hunt has turned into a hell of a player. So now they got Isaiah Wynn, and he transitioned and has played very well for them so far in the first 3 games. They found Kendall Lamb last year, and he filled in for Teron Armstead and did a damn good job. Couldn't it be possible that you actually have real good coaches nowadays? And maybe Liam Eichenberg is a good player. Maybe now he's going to start turning the corner like Austin Jackson has. Again, negativity, bro. It's all about negativity. Every single freaking time, it's all about negativity. Yet all the examples on the line are everybody's improved. The line's improving. You're one of the best run teams in the NFL. Again, Dolphin fans, you are one of the best running teams in the NFL. But no, let's focus on Liam's past instead. Now, maybe the potential that he does have, he does come from a place that can produce linemen. Maybe he wasn't coached up right, and maybe he's going to be coached up better now, and maybe there's an upswing for him now. So it's not possible. But no, let's focus on the negativity. Meanwhile, everything else on the offensive line has been positive. This is the shit that the media feeds you. This is why you're like this. Go watch the film. He didn't make any really egregious errors last week. Eichenberg. And I know Buffalo's better. Please, I get their front seven cannot be compared to Denver's. I totally understand that. It'll be a hell of a test for him and for everybody else today. But if you watch the film, he actually did a decent job. He even went to the second level a couple times and picked up a blocker in certain running plays. Eichenberg helped in one of those big-ass runs from A-Chain. Eichenberg was one of the reasons why that hole was there. I'm going to reserve my judgment of Eichenberg because I'm going to watch him under these guys. Last year they didn't really get that chance with both those guys because of the injuries. And so that was the only year they've had him, and it was all injury riddled. And we're all stuck with the past where these new coaches, everybody pretty much improves under them. So why can't Liam Eichenberg? I don't know. I always trip out with that stuff. It's like, I get it, man. When there's negativity, we can talk about it. And fine, but let's not create something that really isn't there, especially when he played well last week. Living in your parents' basement creates a lot of negativity, just saying. That's a good one, Mob Rules. Ricardo Quiles says possibly, but he lost his job as a guard, Big O. Well, last year he was injured, bro. Last year he was injured, so I can't. Last year I don't count Austin Jackson and Liam Eichenberg under those guys. They didn't have a chance, unfortunately. Big O, I'm leaving in 5 minutes to join you at Tommy Rocker, says Flipper13. Nice, Flipper. Good. Looking forward to seeing you. I figured that people would arrive a little later because, dude. Like, these two maniacs have been here from the get-go. It's like, this is hardcore here. But I figure, like, normal people, not these two, because they're not normal. They're like us. They're psychos. But the normal people, I would imagine, are going to walk in, like, at 9:45, 9:50, 9:55, like, minutes before kickoff. By the way, last week we were at Walk-Ons doing the show, and it was about 60%, 70% empty up until about, 12:40? About 12:40. We were looking around going like, where's everybody? And this is South Florida, 3 hours, ahead. So you figure like, hey, man, it's a little later. You got to sleep in already and all that. People showed up like at 12:40, like lines out the door and all that. And we were tripping out like, where's everybody? And everybody arrived late, which I would imagine, dude. I mean, I did, when that alarm rang this morning, I did not want to get up, bro. I was like, really? Jesus. That's tough. I mean, it's great to have the games early because you're done early out here, but you do have to wake up early.
It throws you off even more, though, because I was watching the college games late last night after we got back to the room.
Right.
I didn't even realize what time it was as I was working, and then I'm looking, I'm like, oh, it's 2:00. And I'm like, oh, no. That's set for, like, oh, wait, no, that's set for this time. And it was, it's fun.
Yeah. Oh, man. So, yeah. Big O, you got a decade of me. Fun fact. There you go, Willie. Nice job, bro. Appreciate your support. Decade. That is strong, man. Thank you, sir. The previous coaching regime couldn't put together an offense to save their life. No, they were terrible. I tweeted out this week, hey, by the way, do you still have that friend of yours? Because we all have that friend. You know, we're all in the Dolphin Nation, right? And we got that friend, that other Dolphin friend of ours, right, that went up to you and said, hey, I disagree with this. Brian Flores was a good coach. He had 2 winning seasons. They shouldn't have fired him. They should have fired Chris Greer. You still have that friend out there? I'm just wondering, is that friend out there still? Maybe you might want to remind him he said something that's stupid. By the way, I think Brian Flores has allowed the most rushing yards and 4th most points or something like that on defense or something in Minnesota. The guy that was trying to sabotage Tua. Think about this, bro. We could have had broken Achilles Aaron Rodgers, old-ass, retired, broken-down Tom Brady, Deshaun, I need a massage, Watson. Who else? Oh, Jordan Love. Yes, that was Brian Flores' favorite. Jordan Love. I mean, think about the options we could have ended up with. Thank the Lord, man. God. If Liam plays better than Connor at center, can you see a scenario where they move Connor back to guard position in any case? Yes, I could, but he's going to have to be the blocker Connor is. See, the problem is right now, Isaiah Wynn is not worthy of being benched, and certainly Robert Hunt. So you're not going to fix something that isn't broken. You understand? So if Liam Eichenberg can play center, at least you still have him as your backup center, and you keep Connor as your center because he is a monster blocker. I think too many of us get hooked. I get the snaps, okay? And by the way, Tua has become a master of handling the high snap and still getting off the handoff or pass or whatever. He maintains his focus with many high snaps because Eichenberg did it a couple times also last week, okay? So kudos to him. But I think some of you need to kind of compartmentalize this situation, okay? Go watch Connor's blocking. It's super freaking impressive. It's mauling. It's dominating. It's a force. So I would tell you, ease up on that, okay? If Eichenberg can play center, the good thing is Connor has no leverage in the offseason. Because that you have Eichenberg, and then you can control him, and you won't have to pay him that much because he's not proven. Even though his contract will be expiring, I think, right? He's not a first rounder. He was a second rounder, right? So this is his last year, if I'm correct. It's the 4th year. I'm pretty sure of that. I'm pretty sure this is his 4th year, and this is his last year because he was a second rounder. So you can control him, and you could get a Chris Greer 2-year special. Huh? Right. And so let me give you some skillful and artful negotiation ploy for the Dolphins. You don't want to start Eichenberg because if you give him the starts and bench Connor or move him, all of a sudden he got a whole year to prove himself at center, and now he can demand money. But if you keep him as a backup that can fill in and he can play center, you can then sign him to a cheap 2-year contract that Chris Greer loves to control people with, and then you can play him, and he might become super productive for you. Now you get 2 more cheap years out of him before you really have to pay him. So now Eichenberg won't make big money until his 7th year in the league. Years 5 and 6, he'll be playing for a very reasonable salary. So if he can play center for the next week or two, it becomes a bonus. But what you don't do is bench Connor. You keep Connor because either way, you're not really going to give Connor the money that he's looking for. You're probably going to look for another center. So use him up for this season and use his amazing blocking. He's a really good blocker, guys. Really good blocker. Horn Dog says, oh, my dad is still that guy who feels Flores should still be running the team. Told my dad, no disrespect, but you're out of your mind. Look at the Vikings defense. Yeah, he's just looking at the numbers, and he doesn't realize. I think what people don't realize is that Flores wasn't that good. It's just that the front office gave him talent. They can find people, dude. They find Chris Brooks off the bench, off the street, undrafted, and Kader Kohu and Nick Needham and Brandon Peely and Sealer, and this is a hell of a front office, man. This is a hell of a for Julian Hill. You ended up cutting the other guys that you signed in free agency, and you ended up keeping the guy you got as an undrafted rookie free agent. That's the thing that people don't realize. That's probably what it is. It wasn't so much that Flo's this hell of a coach. No, it's that the front office will find talent for you, dude. So that's what it is. What else do we have here? Oh, it's 59. Let's do this. Let's take a quick break. We are at Tommy Rockers here in Las Vegas. Hour number 1 is done. Got some stuff I want to talk about in this matchup. Got some stats and stuff I want to get into. Post-game show, we'll have it here for you at Tommy Rockers. David Furones from the South Florida Sun Sentinel. Safadine from USA Today, both straight from the locker rooms. They will give us their insight on this game when it's all said and done. We will continue with your comments here on the chat board. Remember, you can make a donation through Cash App or Venmo at Cash Big O Show. Hour number 2 from Tommy Rockers in Las Vegas continues on the EJDconstruction.com Miami Dolphins pregame show.
You're listening to Miami Dolphins coverage on the Sports Talk 305 network. This is the EJDconstruction.com Miami Dolphins post-game show with Orlando Alzugaray.
Welcome to Caneswear. New store, new items, same great experience. Family owned and operated since 2010, Caneswear has the latest merchandise from the Miami Hurricanes, Miami Dolphins, Florida Panthers, Inter Miami CF, and more. Come visit us at our store in Davie on University Drive, just south of 595, or online at caneswear.com. Caneswear, the spot Miami fans shop.
There's no need to drive around South Florida wasting valuable time looking for a new or certified pre-owned Acura. Go to the #1 volume sales dealership in the Southeast United States. Craig Zinn's Acura of Pembroke Pines. Purchase with pace and space in a dealership tailored to your needs. From home buying to providing that personal touch. Contact the 2020 Satisfaction Award winner Craig Zinn's Acura of Pembroke Pines. 888-776-5123. That's 888-776-5123. Or visit them at 15601 Pines Boulevard in Pembroke Pines.
Oh, I think I know what this is. Houston, we have a package. Hello?
No matter where you are, the Sloman Shield Home Security System guards your home. With next-gen perimeter protection, 24/7 monitoring, and interior motion sensing. And right now, get a free Sloman Shield security system and doorbell camera, all professionally installed, for free.
Shield your world, the Sloman Shield.
Welton Rayom has more than 62 years of litigation experience handling insurance disputes. They're committed to resolving even the toughest insurance claims quickly. Call them for a free consultation. 954-966-4646. At Welton Rayom, they don't get paid unless you win. Property damage claims to your home, business, or condo as a result of a hurricane. Welton Rayom can help. Water, mold, fire, smoke damage, Welton Rayom can help. Call 954-966-4646.
For over 16 years, EJDconstruction.com has provided South Florida residents quality craftsmanship, accurate project management, and exceptional service. That's why EJDconstruction.com is an A-rated member of Angie's List and the Better Business Bureau. When you're looking for the right custom home builder for additions or home remodeling, please call my friend Eric at 305-433-4843. That's 305-433-4843 for EJDconstruction.com.
The viewpoint statements or beliefs expressed on the following program by the host, guests, or callers are not necessarily the opinions of FantasyAccess.com, Media Group Inc., ownership, management, sponsors, or website. It's time for Dolphins football. Welcome to the EJDconstruction.com Miami Dolphins pregame show on the Sports Talk 305 network. The show is mastered by Sean Stanley and Chad Shobe. EJDconstruction.com is a fully insured liability and workers' comp. Call Eric if you need a custom home builder or general contractor. 305-433-4843. Here's your host, the Big O.
Fresh up out the win, we just made history. Can I slow it down? We need more victories. Keep that pressure on, we cannot give relief. We gon' make the world feel its energy. Ballin' in Miami, ballin' in Miami. Ballin' in Miami, ballin' in Miami. Ballin' in Miami, ballin' in Miami. Super Bowl, we coming close. First we cooking Buffalo. Ballin' in Miami, ballin' in Miami. Ballin' in Miami, ballin' in Miami. Ballin' in Miami, ballin' in Miami. Super Bowl, we coming close. First we cooking Buffalo. This, that, new season, forget back. Bandwagon, fans coming, impacts. That's cool, but it's rules, just sit back. Real loyal fans get to feel the impact. 7-2 vibes, we just won 7-20. No zeros on the team, but we keep it 100. We on the radar now, team scared to see us coming. If it's Buffalo season, then we bout to go hunting. Big game, sick aim, can't switch lanes. We locked in, getting fitted for big range. It's insane, they was doubting a couple weeks ago. Now they see us crashing through these teams, no vehicle. Love to see the cheetah go. Waddle back healthy, now they gotta let their defense know. Better watch them Dolphins, cause you know they want their streak to grow. The fans going crazy, gotta shut them up this week for sure. They team is unbelievable. Chosen plus Barrios. Got a bunch of weapons, better peep the whole scenario. Rookies breaking records, plus two are going aerial. Whoever catch the ball, make it boom like a stereo. And then we celebrate.
Oh, we are back. Solo D with the latest rap, getting us ready for a little Buffalo. Yes. Looking forward to this game today. My daughter just sent me a text. Happy birthday. She goes, happy birthday. Call me when you get up. It's noon over there. So she thinks I'm asleep at 9 a.m. here. Goes to show how much he really follows what I do for a living, okay? I'm like, I've been up for hours. I'm doing the pregame show right now, you know? She goes, oh, that's right. Oh, man. Radio host says, you're right, Big O. I'm guilty of doubting Liam. I'll adjust my attitude. Yeah, listen. I totally understand that we've all been beaten down by all of this. You know what I mean? And, you know, here's the other thing about Dolphin fans. You start feeling good about Ricky Williams. And he's running, and the dreadlock demon is dominating and all that kind of stuff, right? And then you find out that, you know, you're not that good, and you don't have the quarterback, and, Lamar Smith has his season, 200 yards in a playoff game, and you're all excited, but you're really not that good. You know what I'm saying? I understand that we've all been We've had our hopes lifted, but they were really never lifted with any kind of real substance. We were all trying to latch on to one thing, and that's usually what we had. We had a defense we could latch on to. We had a running game, the Jay Ajayi year, the Lamar Smith year, the 2 years with Ricky Williams. That's all we had. And I get that. And usually we're brought down to reality after because of that. Because we find out we're really not that good. Because everything was missing. You didn't really have a great offensive line. You didn't really have a great offense. You didn't have a quarterback. You were missing a really good head coach, or you're missing a really good front office. There were always pieces of the puzzle missing. You know what I'm saying? Now, it just seems like all the pieces to the puzzle are there. But again, you need proof because you've seen too much failure. Your heart's been broken too many times. So you don't allow yourselves to actually enjoy the moment. And that's understandable. And I get it. And your lack of faith in Liam Eichenberg is also understandable. But don't you have a little more faith now in Austin Jackson than you did before? So maybe it isn't Austin Jackson and Liam Eichenberg that were bad picks. Maybe it was just they needed the right coaching and they didn't get it. Maybe Robert Hunt is one of those dogs that it doesn't matter who coaches him. He's just going to, come through for you. That's probably what it is with him. But the other guys probably needed a little more direction, needed the right system. And maybe now they've got those coaches. Today's a great test. If Liam Eichenberg can last these 4 quarters and play well, then all of a sudden we've – by the way, that's another thing. What happens if Liam Eichenberg plays well today? Do we now say, hey, really Liam Eichenberg isn't the problem? Do we say that?
No, we move the goalposts again. We move it to something else.
No, because if
we'll move it.
But if Austin plays well and Liam plays well, then maybe those picks were good picks. It's just they needed the right coaching. That's all. That's all I'm saying. The
one thing that's amazing to me is Butch Barry. We with the Hurricanes, we know what happened there.
Oh, it was a disaster.
He goes to Denver. We know what happens there.
Disaster.
Comes here. And I almost feel like, because some of the, we talked to Shad and some of them, and they said that he's a no-nonsense guy. He's kind of, in their face and things like that. Maybe these guys react to that better than what, the Denver guys, what I'm saying? Like,
I'll give you,
because some players will not react to you getting in their face, but it looks like these guys are actually reacting to the way Butch Barry coaches, because we talked about it, but when they hired Butch Barry, we were kind of like,
right,
interesting. And then we brought on, I forgot at the time, the other gentleman that we were interviewing with.
Matt Verderam.
No.
What are you talking about?
The gentleman from Denver.
Oh,
we brought on and
yes. I know who you're talking about. Yes,
I know same thing here, but he even described like Butch Barry, and the linemen were happy when he was let go.
Right.
And he comes here, and you're watching these guys. Again, they said last year they thought Austin and Liam. We thought otherwise, but in the building they believed in him.
Right.
They went out, they brought Butch Barry in, and now you're starting to see even better than what we had seen before.
Right.
And it's odd to me because nothing about Butch Barry said that with everything that we've seen.
Well, let me shed a little light on some of that stuff. Sometimes your O-line coach has to sink in with your offensive coordinator and your run game coordinator. Okay. And so maybe it's 2 different guys, maybe it's the same person. And then you've got to, the teaching of it has all got to be on the same page. In Denver, I don't know. Butch may have not had a lot of control. He might not have been on the same page after being included onto the coaching staff with the offensive coordinator. And so maybe there was a disconnect there in the way they wanted certain things and the way he wanted to teach them. And maybe the scheme he wanted to, or the way he wanted to teach the scheme was different the way they wanted to do it. So it didn't mesh. And maybe also at the University of Miami, maybe the talent just wasn't there. And you're asking him to make chicken salad out of chicken shit. You understand? Because at the University of Miami, there hasn't been talent in a long, long time until Mario Cristobal got here. And now you're starting to see elite talent get there. You know what I'm saying? So maybe now Butch finds his former coach that he's worked with. They all have the same understanding, the same scheme. Maybe he can be himself here. Maybe he's on the same page with the head coach, with Frank Smith. I don't know. And again, sometimes you go to a new job and you don't like it there. You don't fit well. And then you go to another job and you fit much better with the environment, the boss, the people, whatever it is. And maybe that's the deal with Butch Berry. I don't know. But right now it's working for the Dolphins. And you know what works for you? EJDconstruction.com. Eric, and listen, the owner's number is really easy. 305-433-4843. If you live in Dade or Broward County, proud sponsors of our platform, our pre- and post-game show, obviously. You can check it out. And, by the way, David Furones will have the EJDconstruction.com post-game report. And even Michelle Kaufman with our Inter-Miami and Messi reports. But listen, folks, if you're looking for custom home construction, major home remodeling, EJD Construction is there for you. Fully insured, liability and workers' comp. And, folks, communication is key. And that's what they do with the owners. They communicate with you so they get everything done to a T. What I love is whatever property they're working on, every day they show you the progress by taking pictures. So you don't even have to ask. You'll see the progress being made every single day. Hell, when they're all done, they can even make an NFT on your finished product, man. EJD Construction, 305-433-4843. Dade and Broward counties. Tell them that Big O sent you. They will definitely take care of you. EJDconstruction.com. All right. And Tua, by the way, Tua's QB rating last year against the Bills, under McDaniel, 111.5. Okay? You were averaging in one game 7 yards a carry against them. You can run on the Bills. You can pass on the Bills. And one of the things I love about this game, all right, is their secondary. So, what's it called? White, obviously, Tre'Davious White is a hell of a player, okay? But then you've got Christian Bedford playing the other side, Dane Jackson. These are the corners that they're going to be counting on. Jordan Poyer is out at safety. Taylor Rapp fills in for him. DeMar Hamlin is backing them up, and DeMar Hamlin couldn't hang with them last year before this stuff. I think Miami is going to be able, I already told you, they are a league worst, 5.9 yards per carry they're allowing on the ground. And in the air, Tua was already averaging 111 as a quarterback rating last year. Do you think Tua's playing better than he was last year? Probably. Do you think he's more comfortable with the system than he was last year? Yeah. And they're getting Waddle back. So I don't know what corners they have to stay with those two guys. And then you've got Braxton Berrios, who I think could have a hell of a game today. I think Miami is going to be able to run the ball on the Bills. And then the passing game, I know the Bills are going to want to pressure them, and they are the best in the league at pressuring quarterbacks without blitzing. Problem is, you're going to get there with your base 4, and Tua gets rid of the ball practically under 2 seconds. I just don't see that happening. And now that you got Waddle on the field today, you're going to have guys that are open quickly. It's not going to take a lot of time. They don't have the secondary to hang with the two speedsters and Berrios. And from what I'm seeing, on their D-line, I don't think they're going to be able to stop this run either. I think Miami is going to be able to have success on the ground. This is an advantage for Miami going into this game. Their offense is already practically unstoppable. The Buffalo Bills right now are showing the kind of weaknesses that are going to allow Miami to take advantage of it. By the way, let's give you our 3A Graphics sports calendar. And, of course, you can call our friends Alan Blanco, 786-251-3404. Custom printing and embroidery. Marlins yesterday defeated the Pirates 7-3. They clinched a wild card spot. If they get the second wild card spot, they're going to take on the Phillies. If they hold the third wild card spot, they'll take on the Brewers. That's what they are waiting here to decide in the last couple games here. Phillies, by the way, they were 7-6 against the Phillies and 3-4 against Milwaukee. We'll see what happens. They wrap up their set with the Pirates today. Inter Miami and NYCFC played to a 1-1 draw yesterday. Aviles got the tying goal in the 90th minute. They're holding the 13th spot. Wednesday, they're at Chicago. They get no rest. And then Saturday versus Cincinnati. I mean, it is a brutal schedule down the stretch. So you got that going on. And then we've got the Dolphins and the Bills. We're taking you up to that. And that'll be going on in about 40 minutes at 1 o'clock Eastern, 10 a.m. where we're here in Las Vegas. That is your 3A Graphics sports calendar. Call my guy, Alan Blanco. I know how to get it done for you, man. Good people at 3A Graphics, man. Call them. 786-618-1443. All right. What else do we have? What do we got on the Frankie Fresco? Thank you for the love on the super chat. Big O, is Lester Cotton the backup to Liam? Yes, Cotton is the backup to Liam. He's been the other guy. I like Cotton, man. Cotton is a guy that you got to improve on his pass blocking. He's not as sharp there, okay? But you can work on that. But his run blocking, and see, here's the thing about college football nowadays. NFL scouts have a hard time scouting offensive linemen now in college because they pass so much, and they don't have their hands on the ground that much. So it's hard to find those guys that are road graders, and it's hard, and you've got to project them nowadays. That's scary. It's hard to project if somebody's going to be nasty and maul that guy in front of you or be more of a finesse player. Cotton, there's no finesse in Cotton. None. He's a mauler. And since that's harder to find in today's game, then why not? Then let's play it this way. And I think that becomes a pretty cool thing. Overall, that you get an opportunity at a guy that already can maul. It's something that you need in this league. If you can improve his footwork and get him to the point where he needs to be as a blocker, you're going to pick up a hell of a lineman off the street. And he comes from Alabama. So I would imagine that the Alabama guys, there's a good chance that Alabama linemen are probably taught how to block a lot better than some others in certain colleges. And again, thank you for the birthday wishes. I appreciate that. Yes, we are 57 today. So hopefully we get a nice Dolphin win. That's all I want for the birthday today. That's it. I got my U2 concert. So that was good. And I got a championship bout yesterday. Already won with the Detroit Lions on Thursday. What I did was I cashed in that ticket and I put it all on the money line for the Dolphins today. I took the Dolphins on the money line and I took the points. Big O, what are you eating while the game is on? I haven't decided yet. I haven't eaten anything yet. My stomach is rumbling at this point in time. So I have not decided yet, Frank, what I'm going to eat. But they do have good food here at Tommy Rockers. Let's see. I really feel Miami is going to make a statement today, and this is the first of many this year. I agree. Edge was the man in the mask behind the attack on Jay White. What's that mean? That's wrestling talk? Okay. Let's see. Frankie was okay, I see Edge. Okay. I see. Yes, Barrios will be an X factor. He will also take a punt back for a TD. Wow, that's a lot there. That would be really cool if he can do that. I have zero faith in Eichenberg. Luckily, hopefully Tua can keep getting the ball out under 3 seconds, or he can throw it away without getting killed. Well, I guess you didn't watch for 2+ quarters last week because he played well. He didn't do a bad job last week. Now, this will be a stiffer test. There's no doubt about that. How's that establishment? Does it represent us? Hell yeah. All I see are Dolphin shirts right now. I'm just seeing Aqua, and I would imagine that in the last 30 minutes here, there's another one that just walked in. Now they probably start, huh? Oh, okay, yeah, that's right. One of the waitresses is wearing a Waddle jersey. Nice. So yeah, I would imagine they'll start rolling in on this last half hour. You'll start getting people coming in. Yeah, Solo D did kill it. That was a good. He always does an excellent job. He's such a talent, bro. He really is gifted. Let's see, Big O. What's your intro's announcer's name? Does he always talk like that when you guys are having a? Yes, always. He's always talking like that. Yes, that's how he talks. Big O, what's up, baby? Let's jump all over these Bills like you on that birthday cake. Get me the birthday cake from Under Siege. That's the birthday cake I want. Okay. Prize included. Rolando, thank you for the love on Cash App. He says, have always agreed, no need to spend on running backs. That's right. I told you. When they were saying, trade for Saquon, I said, they don't need Saquon. Oh, they're going to trade for Cook. We broke the story. We told you they would never trade for Cook. Oh, they're going to sign him right when he becomes available. No, they're not. They're not going to pay him any big money. If he wants to come here, it's going to be on low-hanging fruit. He didn't want low-hanging fruit, so he's not here. And there was going to be no Jonathan Taylor either. They're not going to pay a high salary and picks for Jonathan Taylor. And look what's happened. And we talked about it in the first hour. Backs 4 and 5 on the Miami Dolphins dominated last week. Backs 4 and 5. Although A-Chain, I think, is no longer number 4. So something tells me A-Chain moved up from number 4 to number 2. Achan. All right. Something tells me Achan has moved up. Okay. That's what it tells me. Bills will attempt to take away the big plays, but will get destroyed by the Phinz short to intermediate game to also include the run game. Will not be dominated like last week, but very effective. I actually think that the running game can be dominant this week. I do. I believe it can be. Reggie's got him going Phinz 27, Bills 17. We didn't score 73 last week, so we could break the record against the Bills. I like how you think, Zach. It would be fun. Thank you, Zachary, for the well wishes. I appreciate it. Thank you, radio host. I appreciate it. 57 points for the Big O today. Now that would be good. Right? They score 57 today. That would be pretty good. Big O at Flanagan's. Should I go with the ribs or the wings today? Oh, I love their ribs. I know football is wings, but at Flanagan's, meat falls off the bone, baby.
I love the baby back ribs. That's what I get when I go for dinner. But when you're watching football, you got to have the wings.
Flanagan.
I
can do that voice. If Flanagan's ever needs a replacement guy for their Flanagans, I can do it. I can fill in. No, but I love their ribs. And when I go to Flanagan's, I gotta have that That gumbo soup that they have, is it some seafood gumbo or whatever it's called? That thing is delicious. And then some ribs. Oh, their ribs are excellent. So I'm going ribs. Yes.
I think we got a little insider on the Chiefs-Jets game.
Oh.
Zach Wilson.
Uh-oh.
Aaron Rodgers back in the facility.
Oh, I heard about that.
Will attend the game after being cleared by his doctor. He attended the team meeting, spoke to a teammate. It's going to be a good boost for Zach Wilson to have Aaron Rodgers there.
No, it's not.
Put the money on the Jets, baby.
It's actually not a good thing for Zach Wilson to have Aaron Rodgers there. I think it's a bad thing. I think it adds even more pressure, and I think they're going to boo the crap out of him like they always do. Trevor Siemian, if he plays crappy, like I told you, remember I told you what happened this past week when they signed Trevor Siemian. If he's done now, Zach Wilson either he plays well this week or next week, or he is benched. Trevor Siemian will become your starter, but they'll go get a veteran, and Siemian will become the backup to that veteran. But they don't want to bring the veteran in because Zach Wilson is going to pee in his pants like he normally does. And Zach, who are they playing today? Oh my God, the Chiefs! Oh God,
And Taylor Swift's going to be in the building.
Crime is going to be committed in that. Is it in New York? It's in New York. Yeah. All right. Yeah, there's a crime going to be committed on the field today. Andrew says, Big O, am I crazy or does Achan have some Barry Sanders in him? I know Barry is one of a kind, but Achan has some shake. No, not even close. I don't know if you saw Barry Sanders play. No. Achan is a nice back. He's terrific. I love him. There's only one Barry Sanders, dude. I've never, ever seen anybody again like Barry Sanders. Nothing comes close to Barry Sanders. That's one of a kind. So no. The guy that had a little Barry in him, and again, not even close, but closer than Achan, okay, is the Florida State kid that played for Tampa, Warwick Dunn. Warwick Dunn had a little bit of the spin move stuff from Barry. That's about it. That's the only, like the spin move. That's the only thing. It was like a resemblance of it. The way Barry Sanders played the running back position, nobody's ever played it like that. Nobody ever will. I don't think that's just a once in a lifetime. It's like Bo Jackson. You know, I didn't see Jim Brown, but the guys that are a little older than me tell me it's kind of like that. You know, there are certain freaks that show up every once in a while, and those people cannot be duplicated. They just are who they are. You know what I'm saying? And Barry, I've never seen anything like Barry. You know, Walter Payton, never saw anything like Walter Payton either. You know, there are just certain guys that they are one of a kind. And Barry's one of those kind of guys. Do you think Tyreek has a little Barry in him? No, it's different. Completely different positions. I get what you're saying, but no, it's not the same. Big O, do you remember Wolfman Jack, baby? Yeah, I remember Wolfman Jack, baby. Yeah, of course. And what was that? Midnight special. Tonight on the Midnight Special, we got the Beach Boys. We got Boston. Poco, Doobie Brothers. Yes, I know who he is. I'm old enough. Big O, a win in Buffalo would be a franchise changer moving forward. Tell me I'm wrong. No, not at all. Not at all. Not at all. I'm taking my whole family to Hideaway Restaurant now. All right. Saquon and Reggie Bush had some Barry in. Yeah, no. You know, I understand, but it's not the same. It's not the same. Trust me, it's not the same. It just isn't. What are you going to say?
It's A-Chan.
A-Chan?
Yeah, not A-Chan.
A-Chan.
Yeah.
A-Chan, okay.
Because everybody was like, it's A-Chain. I'm like, I
take...
went back to listen to it. It's A-Chan.
A-Chan.
A-Chan, I'm sorry. A-Chan.
A-Chan.
Like Jackie Chan.
Ah, Jackie Chan, A-Chan. A-Chan. Okay. I like it. The Jordan Poyer absence is huge in this game, dude. Huge in this game. I am looking forward to this. This is something that I've been looking forward to for a couple of weeks now, because I know that this is a threshold moment for the Dolphin team and for the fan base. I think a lot of fans are going to get a little bit more pep in their step and belief in the Dolphins with a win today in Buffalo, because this is what ultimately says, wow, this team is for real. You go to the Chargers on the road and you win, right? Then you take care of New England, and now you're going to take care of business again against the Bills. I mean, come on, dude. You know, that's the ultimate right now for a Dolphins fan. This is the moment we've all been waiting for years, for decades. We've been waiting for that moment that the team turns the corner and makes us feel like they're for real now. They're not enough. That's what the Dolphins have been for 25 plus years. Jimmy Johnson, we're going to be special. You were never special. You were a novelty. Ricky Williams, novelty. Jay Ajayi year, novelty. Lamar Smith year, novelty. 10-6 with Gase, novelty. 11-5 Wildcat, novelty. None of it was substance. None of it was real, because you weren't real from top to bottom. This is the only team we've seen in a couple of decades now that seems like they're for real from top to bottom, from front office to coaching to quarterback to talent. So if they pass this test here, this is probably the game that gives all those Dolphin fans out there that are walking around with a lack of confidence, that they still need to see it to believe it and all that kind of stuff. This is the moment they need to see to believe. And this is the one that catapults the Dolphin Nation to, all right, we can be contenders now. And by the way, a win against the Bills early on in 4 weeks gives you a stranglehold on that division, because you're going to be up 2 games plus a tiebreaker on them, because you're already up 1 game. Now you beat them. That's 2, plus you beat them. That's 2.5. It doesn't get any better than that. If you beat the Bills today, you already beat the Patriots. The Jets aren't going to be any competition. So this is the moment that says you own the division. You control your destiny. You beat the Bills today, from here on out, everybody will say you're controlling your destiny. Instead of, you've always been playing catch up to these guys every single year. I already gave you the numbers, right? McDermott is 7-0 with the Bills at home against Miami. Since 2020, they're number 1, okay, with an 808 winning percentage at home. The Bills lead the NFL with 9 takeaways, 7 interceptions, and in sacks, they're number 2 in the league. And they've won 11 of 13 in this series.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Big O. Happy birthday to you.
Very kind, folks. Thank you. We got a great group of Dolphin fans out here, man. So it is awesome. And thank you all. And you know what I love? When they tell us that we don't have a great fan base. We're in freaking Las Vegas in a Dolphins bar, okay? I mean, it doesn't get any better than that, you know? We got Dolphins bars all over the world, and they tell us that, you know, our fan base is actually one of the best fan bases that exist. I know I've dealt with you guys for over 30 years, from faxes to emails to tweets to everything, social media nowadays, and obviously YouTube. And you guys are absolutely phenomenal. You don't get enough credit. And by the way, any of you that went to the Hall of Fame, we were there to cover Zach getting inducted. Outside of Cleveland, which it was in their backyard, Dolphins dominated that. And so it shows how good of a fan base we are. Our presence in Cleveland in Canton was second to none, man. In fact, if that Hall of Fame induction was held in South Florida, we probably would have crushed what Cleveland brought to the table the other day. So happy birthday, and thank you all out there to the Dolphin Nation. Thank you, thank you. Thank you for the happy birthdays. I appreciate it. Let's get it done, man. Let's get it done. Appreciate it all out there, man. Thank you. Thank you. And thank you all out there on the chat board. Very nice. Very nice. Very nice. Big O, I have all the confidence in the world of a Dolphins victory. My question is, by how much? I've got a 6-point win today. Okay? That's what I'm going with. I'm going with 31-25. Nice odd number. Nice odd number. Okay? 31-25. Be some scoring in this one. And I put my money where my mouth is because I took the points and I bet the money line on the Dolphins because it was plus 120. So I'm really confident about today. CA, thank you for the love on the super chat. He says, happy birthday, Big O, best in the business. Today's the statement game for this team. We should all feel proud. Phinz up from Canada. Thank you, Sam. Thank you. Big O, I'm 3 years younger than you, and I haven't been this excited for a Dolphins AFC East matchup in a long time. And you should be, man. You should be freaking pumped about the Dolphins this year. You should believe in what's going on now. You got a real coach that understands offenses and knows how to play. I mean, one of the things last 2 years, you know it, I was during the flow era, not last year, the year before. The play design, the play call was atrocious. You know, players just don't play. You just don't put the football out there and then, hey, guys, go ahead and make some plays. You've got to actually coach them up and put them in positions to be successful. And that's the thing that wasn't done here on a consistent basis. This is why you start 0-2, 0-3, and you're, rest in peace, Tony, and you have to come up with some gimmick because you're not good enough. And in the end, the Wildcat stuff was cute or whatever, but you knew it was a gimmick that wasn't going to last because you're not going to win in this league with a gimmick. Joe Montana and Tom Brady and these kind of guys, they're not, Pat Mahomes, these aren't gimmicks. And the reason why you used to have a chance is because some guy named Dan Marino was your quarterback. And that poor man took the field every week with no defense, no running game, and hell, I could argue the right side of his line wasn't that impressive either, by the way. And yet, you felt like you had a chance every week because of Marino. But none of it was real because it's unfair to think that Marino's going to carry you to a title. And so now you have the coaching, you have the front office, you have all the players. You've got to be excited about this team. That's the only way to feel about this team right now. Anybody that's negative on this team, there's something wrong with you or you just got an agenda. When we're dealing with the 1-15 season, let's all be negative. When we're dealing with crappiness with Flo, let's be negative. When we're dealing with Joe Philbin picking up papers off the field there, more important than actually coaching the team, let's all get negative. Wait a minute, they re-signed him after a meaningless game against Minnesota? Yeah, let's get negative. But when your quarterback is top 3 in the league, your offense is the best in the league, your defense is making plays now, your running game is dominating, your front office is constantly making moves, your owner will spend and buy anything that you need, where could you find negativity? And I get it, we feed off of it as a society. That's kind of what we live off of. And by the way, the media knows it. And so they'll push your buttons. Oh, they know it. I know because I've been in the media for 33 years. I know the tricks. So they want to push. and push those buttons and get you going. So don't let them. The good thing is today is the day. Today is the day that they will prove a lot of people wrong. So looking forward to it, man. And the crowd is getting bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. This is beautiful, man. Sean? This is a beautiful thing right here. See a lot of Dolphin fans in a Las Vegas bar. That is pretty awesome, man. We'll take some videos too as the game goes on. Take a video for you guys out there and post it on social media. Aaron Hernandez. I thought he was dead. Anyway, Aaron Hernandez from the dead on the chat board. Big O, if Tua goes off in this game, does he have the leverage to get a new deal? Oh, come on. Are you really going off the what's the guy Wright? What's his name? Nick Wright? Bro, the Nick Wright. I like Nick Wright, by the way. Personally, I know the guy. I like the guy. Fucking stupid argument. Tua has no leverage after this. He could throw for 8,000 yards in this game, zero leverage. He can't ask for a contract. They're not going to negotiate one. They're not going to give him one. So everything that Wright was talking about is just stupid talk, and it gets people going like you on this. There's no negotiations going on. Tua has to play the entire season and prove. Bro, we're talking. Have you watched Chris Greer? See, that's the thing about Wright. You can tell he doesn't follow the Dolphins. Like, I forgot more about the Dolphins 30 years ago than Wright will ever know. Okay? More than anybody in national television, by the way. These fools. Watch Chris Greer. Connor Williams, I want more money. No, you're not getting it. You know what I'm saying? Do you see what happened this year? Oh, Jonathan Taylor wants this, that. They want to trade. No, we're not giving you that. Dalvin Cook wants money. No, I'm not giving you that. Chris Greer isn't a guy that just hands off money and just say, yeah, you get it. He's not Oprah. Okay? You get a new contract, and you get a new contract, and you get an overvalued contract, and you get an overvalued. No, that's not happening here, bro. It's Chris Greer, not Chris Oprah. So he's not What happened with Wilkins? Wilkins wants, what's the name of the guy from the Jets? Williams, right? Quinnen Williams. He wants Quinnen Williams money. And Chris Greer looked at him and his agent goes, hey, do you get Quinnen Williams sacks? Oh, okay, no, so we'll talk later. So he's just going to give Tua a contract when he plays hardball with everybody else. Come on, dude. X wanted like an extension. No. We'll give you a couple of extra bucks here. We'll give you some guarantees here. We're not going to extend you for more years. No. We're not doing that. We'll give you some extra money. That's the difference between listening to a national person that just wants to put out some soundbite to get you guys going. But there's zero substance behind that because he doesn't know Chris Greer, because he doesn't understand. And by the way, you think Tua would ever raise a stink in the middle of a season about money? Do you know Tua? That's the other thing that's so stupid. Like, if you know who Tua is, that's not Tua, dude. Tua's not going to ball out for 5,000 yards today against the Bills. He could throw for 5,000 yards today against the Bills and 15 touchdowns. He will never mention one penny. It'll happen in the offseason. That time will come. So, what is it, Todd or Nick Wright? What is it? Nick Wright, he doesn't know what the hell he's talking about when it comes to the Dolphins. Okay? That was a stupid and silly-ass argument. That's all I can tell you. But, again, the problem is we have too many people in the media that talk about things that they have no idea. But then again, there's no repercussions. There's no repercussions for giving bad news and bad information. There's no repercussions for talking about stuff that makes no sense whatsoever. And everything they talked about in that segment, none of it made sense. And I shot it all down why it makes no sense. So, yeah, Greer isn't Tannenbaum. No. Exactly. Mike Tannenbaum's like You see that? He's breaking down the Bills, Mike Tannenbaum, and he goes, "Well, the Bills they put a lot of pressure without blitzing, and look at this play here." And then they show, and the guy completes like a 30-yard pass. So the other guys are going, "Who gives a shit about this? You're showing a 30-yard play, Mike. Obviously, the defense didn't work. The pressure didn't get there if you completed 30 yards." That's Mike Tannenbaum for you. 500 people watching, but only half. Yeah, like, come on, man. Let's go. Let's get them likes up. Come on, man. A birthday like. Let's go. A birthday like. Let's go. Let's see. Where are some people suddenly thinking Liam is a good lineman? He played good last week. That's the bottom line. Jericho, thank you for the love on the super chat. Very nice of you, sir. Very nice of you. Remember, Cash App or Venmo at Cash Big O Show. That is Cash Big O Show, Cash App or Venmo. Appreciate it, as always. And on Venmo, Spencer O'Neill, thank you, sir, on Venmo. Says, happy birthday. Check the chat. Way back, I wrote a little ditty for you. I dropped a super chat, and there are 2 posts right afterwards. Pre-game chat, happy birthday, oh. Oh, let me see. Where is it? Spencer O'Neill. So let me see his super chat. He says, oh, I don't have it on my chat board. It's gone. But he says right before it. So it's the regular chat that you have to look. Yeah, he doesn't. Oh, we don't see a Spencer O'Neill on the super chat, my man. Jack Crocker, thank you for the love on Venmo, sir. Very kind of you. Says, happy birthday. Thanks for doing great South Florida sports talk. I've been lazily downloading but listening to QAM shows for 6 months, and I'm finally unsubscribing from all of them together. Keep up the great work. I enjoy all the guest segments that you do. Thank you, Jack. I appreciate you, man. Thank you all out there for your support, man. It is priceless, the support you give us. But the support you give us and visiting our sponsors or donations or hitting the like button or whatever it is that you do, watching, view hours are very important on our platform. Watch, even if you got to walk away, let it play, like I say. You know what I mean? However you support us, but that gives us the opportunity to go cover all the things that you guys want. The NFL draft, Zach being inducted into the Pro Football Hall of Fame, pre- and post-game shows, breaking news, all that stuff. We give you more Dolphin breaking news than any platform, any TV station, any insider in the country, any national insider. We give you more than any of them. So, you know, that we really need your support because that's kind of the way it is. We're on our own, basically. And so I appreciate all of you out there and everything that you guys do to help grow. Remember to subscribe to the platform on YouTube at Big O Radio Show. If you all haven't subscribed, please subscribe on YouTube to Big O Radio Show. Appreciate it. Big time. What else do we have here? Should be a good matchup today, says Jason. Bills very good at sacks. Miami so far been great at limiting sacks and pressure. There we go. I like it. I like it. Subscribing. Beautiful. There we go. Thank you, sir. Very nice of you. Sean and O. Spencer O'Neill's my government name. Oh, no doubt. That's what it is. Okay. No doubt. No doubt. That's how we know you, dude.
Yeah, I had no doubt that it was right. Spencer.
Yes, exactly. Because that's how we know you on the chat board. There's no doubt. All right. Give me the predictions on the chat board as we wrap up here the pregame show. And remember, postgame, David Furones will join us straight from the locker rooms with our EJDconstruction.com Miami Dolphins report. Safid Dean from USA Today also will give us his thoughts on everything going on. So looking forward to that. The no-look pass by to A-Chan, I'm sorry. I got to get used to that shit, dude. in the red zone was perfectly designed and executed brilliantly. He had some plays up his sleeve for the red zone specifically. Yeah. Well, that's because you actually have like a real head coach that knows how to design plays, dude. That's really what's going on.
All right, so here's No Doubt's ditty for you.
Okay, what's the ditty?
Miami has the Big O, the greatest YouTube channel. He runs the show. He's on the road like no one's ever seen. He's on the air. Listeners prepare. Big O is on a roll. And when he's talking Dolphins, he's talking Super Bowl because he is the Big O, because he's the Big O, because he's Big O is number one. Happy birthday, O.
Thank you. Copy and paste that. You can't? Take a picture with your camera. And then send it to me. Okay? So we'll have some fun. Maybe we can have some fun with that one day. Tony Zagales, thank you for the love on Cash App. Cash App or Venmo, Cash Big O Show. That is Cash Big O Show. He says for the happy birthday. Thank you, sir. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. All I need now, I just need a Dolphins win, brother. That's what I need for my birthday, a Dolphins win. I get that, and I am complete. I'm already in Vegas. Alan Williams, thank you for the love in the super chat. He says, happy birthday, Big O. Definitely appreciate you. Just hoping the Phinz come through. Been a fan for 30 years and tired of the disappointments. Well, the disappointments end today, baby. The Dolphins will take it today. Do we get Kevin Harlan? I have no idea. Miles Deep says, Big O, I'm on my way to Tommy Rockers. Let's go. All right. I like it. Let's go, Miles Deep. We've had you on the chat board for a while now that you're always in Vegas, so you better come over here, man, and say hi. I am not nervous at all, Jordan. I am confident as hell, okay? I am super confident. 31-25, Dolphins win. On behalf of Sean Stanley, I'm Orlando Alzugaray. Join us post-game. We'll have David Furones and Safedine joining us. We'll take your questions and comments. We'll have a happy post-game show live from Tommy Rockers in Las Vegas. We'll see you guys post-game. Go Phinz!
This has been the EJDconstruction.com Miami Dolphins pregame show on the Sports Talk 305 network. The show is mastered by Sean Stanley and Chad Shobe. From home to kitchen to bathroom additions and remodelings, get in contact with one of the best contractors in the business. Call Eric at EJDconstruction.com, 305-433-4843. Please subscribe to our platform by searching Big O Radio Show on all digital avenues. We'll be back with a complete wrap-up of the game once the last second ticks off the clock. Thank you for your support and enjoy Dolphins football.